What's good, YouTube? You already know it is your boy TripleN, and I'm 1/4 of the Unlucky Bros Incorporated. And we're back for another deck profile. This is a deck profile of my Eradicator Narukami deck, as you can see. I know this has been out for a little minute. I've had it for a little while, but I wanted to test it and see how it works before I made a deck profile. And I enjoy this deck. It's really fun. So let me get into it. There's new starter Eradicator Spring like Draco Kid, because you want everything to be an Eradicator. Grade 3s. 4 of the main Eradicator Draconic Descendant. It's really great. On ride, if you ride over a Eradicator card, it gains all that card's abilities, so that's really nice. And then it also has ability to Soul Blast 1, bind a card and make your opponent move a card upwards. And the best skill about this card is when an attack doesn't hit, counterblast 1, discard a card, and it restands, losing 1 drive. It really is the descendant of Overlord with the restanding ability. I really like this card. It's really great. Next, the other grade 3 I play 4 Eradicator Gauntlet Buster Dragon. This card right here is really what you want to start on your first grade 3 ride. You really want to go into this first, so you can ride Descendant over him, so he can get his abilities. Because if you don't know about Gauntlet Buster, his ability is during your turn, if your opponent doesn't have no front row, it gets 5,000 and a critical for each card that's not in your opponent's front row. So if you're playing a deck that's just force or protect, you'll get 22 if you can get rid of their front row. And if you're playing against an Excel player, this thing could get scary. So 4 of this card's really high right now, which is crazy. But I've been had my copy, so 4 onto the grade 2s. I play 4 Eradicator Spark Raised Dragon. He is the Searcher. You really want to ride onto this. You want to ride onto this so you can look at the top 5 for an Eradicator card and then discard a card. Also, his on attack hits a Vanguard, Soul Blast, and Draw. That can really come in handy. I've had a lot of games, like you could get games where like you go like first and you just play a bunch of these and just like try to beat down the opponent's like Vanguard while they're grade 1, and you can get some a lot of draws and stuff. I play 4 Lightning Whip Eradicator Shoe Hell. I only play him on Excel markers because of his additional, like on R gets +5, because I play Excel 2 in this deck. You could go Excel 1, but I like Excel 2, but you could play him on, I usually only play him on Excel markers, so he can get the additional 5. Also, when placed, if your Vanguard's an Eradicator, you discard a card of your hand, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards, bind it, and you draw a card. So this is really good for that. So you play 4 of that. On to the next grade 2 that I play 3 Supreme Armor Eradicator Zuten. This card is really good because this card's good when you have a Gauntlet Buster on field, mostly, because it can get, if you bind cards, this can give itself and Gauntlet Buster +5 every time you bind a card, so it could get really powerful. But it's also in here for Soul, because at the end of the battle, it attacked a Vanguard. If your opponent's front row has no rear guard, you can put this in your Soul and draw a card. Usually, if you're binding things, you're usually just going to swing at Vanguard all the time with all your units. So this is really good for that, because you put it in Soul. I'm thinking about bumping her up 1 more, but I'm not sure. On to the last grade 2s that I play. I play 3 Lightning Cannon Eradicator Gong's Sun. I really like this card. You have to have your combo pieces. That's why I play a lot of like draws and stuff. You have to have your combo pieces. This card's really good. If it in the grade 1 version, which we'll get to, is in the same like column, it'll get +3, and at the end of the battle, it was boosted by that card. You can counterblast 1, bind all cards in the column, which this and your opponents, if you need to bind cards in the back row or something, and you get to draw 2 cards. So I really like it. I only played at 3 because it's like kind of situational. On to the grade 1s, I play 4 Insulator Eradicator Nusuk. She's usually the one you want to ride into grade 1 turn. She's a Searcher, so it's on place, look at top 5, grab an Eradicator, any Eradicator, and then ditch a card. So I really like riding her usually, but she could be useful later if you're trying to look for pieces. But 4 of her, she's a Searcher. This deck has a lot of like search, as you can see, search and draw. 4 cards that's not an Eradicator. 4 Rising Phoenix. I thought about bumping this down to 3, but I think 4 is just fine because you can use it to guard. You bind a card, it'll come back +3. It's Rising Phoenix. It's rare for me to see a Narukami deck that doesn't play this. Because it's a free, you could guard with it, and then bind something that comes right back to the field. And it's always viable, so unless they bind it. But that's it. Last grade ones I play. Is it? I have 3 of this, but I don't know where my other copy went. Okay, I have 3 of this, but I don't know where my other copy went, so I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. But three Lightning, Eradicator, Ubon. It's the one you want to play with the grade 2 one. It has the ability to, when you place it in the same column as Lightning, Cannon, Eradicator, guns, he countercharges, so he's a countercharger. So I played 3 of it. I thought about dropping 1 Phoenix to play a 4 for one of him, just because of the countercharge. Countercharging is like really nice. I know it's very situational, but with all the draw and search in the deck, it's not that hard to get to your countercharger. So I'm thinking about bumping him up to 4. I don't know where my 3rd one went. I just had it, and I don't know where it went. So, oh, it's right here. Not paying attention. But that's all for the main units. Trigger lineup. I am playing 6 crit, 3 Yellow Gem Carbuncle, and 3 Spark Edge Draco Kid. 6 crit. I know with all the criticals and stuff this deck can stack and all the attacks it could do, I would understand why you would want to play fronts. You can. Crits just feel better for me. I'd rather play crits because then I can just hit my opponent with 1 or 2 attacks and they might die depending on if they can't guard the Vanguard. I play 6 draw because, like I said, you really want your combo pieces, so you really need to see those. So draw triggers are good. If you think this deck has too much draw, you could take out these 2 and play the 2 front triggers, or change. I don't know. Maybe take out. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. You're feel comfortable with. I'm comfortable with this, but if I had to, I would take these 2 out and play the 2 fronts, just because the fronts could give you more guard and stuff. But I never have problem with the guarding. I don't think. And then 4 heals. But that's the Eradicator deck. I really like it. I haven't really seen anyone talk about it, like talking about it. I've seen people talk about it like months ago when they first revealed Descendant, but after that I haven't seen anyone really make any deck profiles or something. Maybe I've been sleeping in a cave, I don't know. But that's my Eradicator Dragonic Descendant deck profile. If you like it, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what other videos you want to see. And let me know if you think there's some changes I can make to the build. But this is my build, and I really enjoy it. But I guess that's going to be the end of my turn. Peace.